Well, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from April 29th, 2020, with your AEW Dynamite results. Your commentators, as usual, were Chris Jericho and Tony Schiavone during this whole pandemic. We have wrestlers as fans in their sections, crowd, or areas. Being essential as they can be. It's all about being the essential. I'm just saying. So let's get to this. Let's not waste any time. They opened the show with a video package of Cody versus Darby Allin, rehashing their rivalries back from Fyter Fest, from Dynamite, rotates when Arn Anderson was there, double A Arn Anderson, to rotates to their tag team match they had where they lost, and Darby Allin attacked Cody Rhodes because of that, and then it will lead to to the semifinals between the two, or who's going to advance to the finals, rotates to crown the first ever inaugural TNT champion, which I'll get to more of that later. But let's get to the first one, which they did talk about how AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view will be live on May 23rd. So they still will do a show. The question is how many fans will be there, with this whole pandemic going on. Only time will tell. But anyways, we got Cody being accompanied by his wife Brandy Rose versus Darby Allin in the TNT Championship Tournament match semifinals. Shawn Spears and Cody look about to go at it at one point. But then we get to the match. Match itself was pretty good. Before I get to, Ship Baker, because she was in the crowd playing fan. And I wish she was a fan instead of being a wrestler. But we can always get what we want. So the fight outside the ring, Cody and Darby Allin. Darby Allin's going after Cody, but Cody gets out of the way, and Brandy Rose ends up taking the shot by Darby Allin, which crashes her into the barricade. And then Billy Gunn basically Darby Allin checking on Cody's wife, and Cody beats up on Darby, and Darby goes up to check on his wife. Billy Gunn checked on Cody's wife and took her to the back, and from there she was taken care of from the ENTs in a way. So, but the match continues, and the match continues on, and it still ends up being pretty good. All of a sudden, we see Darby Allin in the ring, distracting referee Aubrey Edwards, because Cody Rhodes outside the ring. All of a sudden, as the referee was distracted, Ship Baker takes her shoe off. This is been a pattern with Ship Baker every time. Always takes her shoe off and attacks a face wrestler, and it happens lots of times with Cody, but it happened again. And I see myself, wait a minute, why is Darby Allin is distracting Aubrey Edwards and all this? He's last I checked, Darby Allin and Britt Baker don't have anything going on right now, where it tends to like a forming alliance and everything, because Darby Allin is a face and Ship Baker is a heel. So it didn't make any sense there that Darby Allin is distracting the referee while Ship Baker does her thing to Cody Rhodes. It just didn't make any sense. Why did Darby Allin needs Ship Baker to hit Cody with a shoe and to get advantage of it? It makes no sense. Later on, Brandy Rose comes out to give the bottle of water to Cody. Wow. But yeah, after the whole shoe thing with Ship Baker, the match continued on. It's doing something pretty good, despite the whole thing I didn't like about Ship Baker getting involved. Then Brandy Rose comes out. She comes back out. She gets a bottle of water for Cody, but then all of a sudden, as Cody was drinking the water, Darby takes a shot at Cody and basically slaps the bottle, or slaps Cody in a way. I'm trying to remember how it was done, but a bottle of water I think was in the fact in a way. The match still continues on. Basically, false finishes from Cody's crossroads to Darby Allin. Darby Allin and Kofi at one point try to go for the coffin drop. Basically, try to go for Darby Allin's finishing move. All of a sudden, Darby Allin gets the upper hand. Darby Allin goes for the coffin drop of his own, goes for the cover, but Cody Rhodes also rolls up, Darby Allin as referee Aubrey Edwards is counting. And I thought to myself that Cody lost here, and it wouldn't make any sense of Cody losing because Cody got a shoulder up too and everything. Maybe the referee didn't see it, but I was wrong in a way because as Cody Rhodes got a shoulder up, I thought Cody Rhodes lost the match here, but then ends up Cody Rhodes winning the match instead. Darby Allin thought he won the match because he hit the coffin drop and pinned him, but basically Darby Allin's shoulders were down and Cody's one shoulder was up. So basically, Cody Rhodes, even though he took the coffin drop, he still ends up rolling up Darby Allin while letting Darby Allin know that he pinned him and beat him to advance. Now, what they're going to be doing here, folks, Cody winning, they're going to continue on that storyline between Cody and Jake Roberts, where it pertains to Lance Archer, which I'll get to Lance Archer later. Now, do I agree with this finish? No. It should have been a better finish than what they did here. But good match. But the outcome of the match, it was a little confusing, but it's what it is. But Darby Allin, he just can't get a break. He can't beat Cody. I think eventually he will get a win over Cody. It's just a matter of when. Who knows? We get another video vignette of Scorpio Sky talking about how he dreamed with Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, making them as SoCal Censor SCU. He was happy to join them, but didn't want to be just the third guy. After they've been working together for a long time, said that when it pertains to saying the worst town they've ever been in, is what they came together and is basically with him having a catchphrase helped them a lot in a way, which it has when it pertains to having a Ring of Honor and also what pertains to what happened for All In, and then obviously also with being the Elite as well with on YouTube, and also with with the AEW crowds and everything. Whenever they Scorpio Sky gets to say the worst talent that they've ever been in what pertains to SCU, the crowd goes for a sing along, which means just catching on is chat that's over. And he talks about how he got a shot against Chris Jericho on the AEW World title, and says that he doesn't want to be a good or great, but says that he wants to be a fucking legend. That's how he basically said it in the curse way. So good. It was good. Another good vignette of Scorpio Sky about who he is, what's he about, and he's gonna be the future moving forward for AEW. Well, whenever he's done with tag teams. So MJF was at home, basically rehabbing his hangnail, and then now he's got another injury he's got go through, and it's a neck injury. Basically, he had a scarf, covering the neck brace he had on, and the coffin style neck brace, by the way. I'm like, oh my god! So first it was a hangnail, and now it's a neck a neck injury he's got. Basically, he'll be back, when and he'll be 100% free, injury free. So then we get to Wardlow versus Masa. Basically, it was a squash with Wardlow winning. There you go. Nothing to say about that. We get another edition of the Bubbly Bunch with the Inner Circle. This time, they did FaceTime. Obviously, at this point, they had no choice but to do FaceTime. But they do FaceTime, and basically they were talking about how Sammy Guevara won the Flim Flam dance contest, where it takes him hand sanitizer. He's got the hand sanitizer to prove it. I guess that lasted the bottle he had lasted a week for him. And by the looks of it, it looked like he barely even used it. But again, he's probably got his own box full of hand sanitizers with him. I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. It wasn't really shown, but whatever. But the group are arguing who was actually on one of the who actually won the dance. So Jericho is it's basically it doesn't really matter and everything. Um, and they need to stand together and stay strong as a group. Jericho says, we're a group that doesn't attack one another, know that, and where it pertains to miscommunications and basically taking shots at of the elite, as of late, or pertains to all that, which I think is a way to just do a build up of their, whenever they get a chance to do their blood and guts match, with the inner circle versus the elite. So what they were doing during this time, they were doing these things that's been shown on Instagram, where it pertains to you know seeing each of the inner circle attacking one another with the phones. Basically in a way they're calling it. I can't remember what it's called, but the attacking each other they were with their individual phones, and then ends up it shows showing someone else. Basically, what pertains to Sammy Guevara, to Jake Hager, to Santana, to Ortiz, and then we get to Jay, we get to Silent Bob, we get to Virgil, Vicky Guerrero. I'm trying to remember who else was in there. Lou Ferrigno, who was the Incredible Hulk. They had a couple of other celebrities in there too, and like this is great. And Jericho says, to basically tell everyone to stop it because, that was one of the best. I think this is what they call it, the Manitoba Millies, something like that. I guess that's what it is of what I've been seeing on not just on Instagram but also on YouTube as well, where it pertains to that. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Once it's one of those trending things that they do, which I think is cool. I think that's cool. It's the same thing where it pertains to they throw a brush and they throw some other device, whatever, or any objects. I meant to say, not device, objects, but and they it's hard to explain. But I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I think also you had there was Chris Jericho's dad. Yeah, I remember Chris Jericho's dad being there too. But yeah, I thought that was entertaining though. So that was another addition of the bubbly bunch that I love. Next we get to Jimmy Havoc and super bad Kip Sabian with bad girl Penelope Ford. As Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian goes up against best friends, which is Trent and Chucky T, Chuck Taylor, being accompanied by Orange Cassidy in this no DQ, no countouts, basically in a street fight tag team match. So they had a match, and I loved it. I thought the match was good because obviously, this match was meant to be a street fight, and it was, with weapons involved and everything. And Penelope Ford got involved. Orange Cassidy got involved. A lot of involvement in this match, and this match was, to me, was very entertaining. In the end, it was the best friends winning the match, and there you go. I enjoyed the match. The match was good. The match that they gave us, it was meant to be one of those car wrecks. It was meant to be one of those type of match that I'm a fan of, and another entertaining match. Well, I guess you could say Warlow. Well, I still enjoy that though. Warlow squashing guys. Masa, I'm going to say Masa. Was kind of fun too, and entertaining because Warlow, he's Mr. Mayhem. Then we get Dr. Ship Baker DMD's segment with her being the dentist. Her and her, I guess her dental office and everything. And also I see Rebel, but they're going by the name of Reba. So yeah, Rebel was there, and I see myself. Well, I enjoy seeing Rebel more than I enjoy seeing Ship Baker. because Britt Baker is talking about, she's a role model, she's a dentist, she's talking, taking shots at Tony Schiavone, and like, and people love this. People actually enjoys this. I don't get it. What's this going to lead to between her and Tony Schiavone? By the way, there's supposed to be something between Britt Baker and Big Swole, but I guess Big Swole is one of those people that who felt uncomfortable being there. So, with this whole pandemic going on, they decided to just do something else with Britt Baker, which is not good for me anyways. So yeah, I thought the segment was shit, except for Reba. Or Reba, I meant to say Reba. But yeah, Reba was the best part of this. Shawn Spears versus Baron Black. Baron Black had his gear on, like he's trying to audition some kind of new character for Legends of Zelda, I guess. Especially with the logo he had on his singlet. But I digress. Shawn Spears wins. Nothing to say about that. Then we get to the match I was dreading to see because how it's going to be presented. Marco Stunt versus Brody Lee. Marco Stunt, he had 2 offenses in the match. Brody Lee just sold it, but the rest of the match was Brody Lee basically dominated the match, which it's good. That's good. I'll give this a pass. But the thing they did with Lance Archer, I thought that was not good. So at least with Brody Lee, they gave him that one. But at the same time, you got Lance Archer, who's the murder hawk monster, who's bigger than Brody Lee and more powerful than Brody Lee, and you have him, selling every Marco Stunt's offense more than you did with Brody Lee. But Brody Lee is winning, so that was good. I mean, I wasn't expecting Brody Lee to lose anyways, but the fact that Marco Stunt is in the match against Brody Lee is a joke overall. Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion, he strolls and he's basically around outside with the title. Says that it's amazing for the last 8 weeks. Where he's in the sea of fans, so celebrating with the title in the crowd, and he's wondering what happened ever since. Obviously, we all know the pandemic. He says tough times, don't last forever. Which he's talking about the pandemic. And one day everyone will be back together, which we will. It'll be a slow process, but we will. We can and we will. Moxley continues on by reflecting and thankful for a lot of things, like steel chairs, his wife, props for staying home with his time, with his wife. And he talks about how he's going to be on AEW Dynamite, on the next AEW Dynamite show, which is going to be broadcasting live. No more other tapings for it for now. It's going to be broadcasting live. And then Moxley says, everyone who steps up to the champ does so on their own risk. Moxley reminds the fans to check their neighbors, their local businesses, and don't forget to call your grandmother. He literally said that. But the way he said it was so funny. Don't forget to call your grandmother. I thought that was funny. So on the next AEW Dynamite results I will give to you for the next review of All Elite Wrestling, it'll be Jon Moxley versus Frankie Kazarian top match. MJF returns, but we don't know what's his role going to be. But you'll find out once I do that review. Kenny Omega and Broken Matt Hardy versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, where they're calling them the God sex like that, or the sex god. I'll try to remember what they call themselves. Where this represent the inner circle, but whatever. But it's gonna be a street fight between Omega and Hardy versus Jericho and Guevara. So that's something to look forward to on my next review on this channel. Then we get to the main event. Dustin Rose being accompanied by Brandy Rose with her new outfit to go with on the colors of Dustin Rose, which pertains to red and black and all, which was nice. To go up against the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. This match, Dustin Rhodes as a bleeding by the hands of Lance Archer. Lance Archer was, excuse me. As I was saying, Lance Archer was basically destroying Dustin Rhodes in the match. Sorry, folks. Went down on the wrong windpipe. Anyways, as I was saying, the Mohawk Monster was destroying the natural Dustin Rhodes. But Dustin Rhodes was getting some offense in the match too. Which is right. It's rightfully so because Dustin Rhodes, you can believe him getting offense with just him being old school wrestling and the hype that he is. But he still was no match against the Mohawk Monster, Lance Archer. He one point threatened to go after Brandi Rhodes, but he didn't. At one point we have QT Marshall. But first of all, let me talk about this first. Lance Archer did Undertaker's old school. He's known to do this in New Japan, except what the one thing that Lance Archer can do that the Undertaker can't do is a moonsault. So Lance Archer did the old school moonsault onto Dustin Rhodes. Pretty impressive. Still pretty impressive. He's done, like I said before, he did this in New Japan, and he's doing it right here in the AEW. That's how how Lance Archer is very talented as a wrestler, but also what pertains to his character and what pertains to what he could bring to the table. He's that damn good. So then we get to QT Marshall coming out. He got a towel. He's thinking about throwing the towel in because Dustin Rhodes is taking a lot of beating and he's bleeding a lot. At one point, we had the other Lance Archer taking the top turnbuckle pad off and slamming Dustin Rhodes onto it. Referee didn't do anything about it, which I thought was, I thought that right there it would call for disqualification. But I guess our RB Edwards knew better because Lance Archer, it's not anyone to mess with. So Dustin Rhodes is basically pleading not to throw a towel to QT Marshall. Then Cody Rhodes comes out, takes the towel away from QT Marshall, and Cody's like, can you do this? Can you continue? And all of a sudden, Lance Archer drags Dustin Rhodes, and then beats him down a little more, and then gets him the EBD claw, everybody dies claw, and gets the win. So Lance Archer wins to advance to face Cody for the TNT Championship title in the finals, which will take place at Double or Nothing on March 23rd of 2020. So Lance Archer is he stares at Cody and smiles at Cody for what he did to his brother, as Brandi Rhodes and QT Marshall are attending him. And I think Dr. Sampson was there too to check on Dustin, as Cody is looking on to Lance Archer, and then that was it. That was the end of the show. Now I believe the total amount of wrestling on the show was 7 matches. I think 6 matches, but let me just double check. Yeah, 6 matches. I thought it was 7, so I guess I was wrong. Yeah, it was 6 matches. And my overall strength for the show, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a 9.5. I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10. I thought it was another great show that AEW knows how to do their indie arena shows more than WWE Raw and SmackDown could. So there you go. Dynamite did another great show. With that being said, thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Driller, saying peace on the streets. For this was your All Elite Wrestling Review, where we just give you AEW Dynamite results from April 29th, 2020. Until next time, folks, you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourselves. We're taking this whole pandemic going on with the CV player. So I'm out. Ta-ta for now.